8 degrees at around 10:20 a.m. A little cold today, but that's the buzz. But it's going to warm up the rest of the week. Just like that. It'll probably be like that all day today, unless it clears up later. But the forecast said there's a slight chance for snow flurries. Oh, yeah, snow flurries. So we'll see. There's some cattle down there on the hay bale. It was cold last night again, but the rest of the week supposed to be warmer. It'll still be cold, still be down in the 20s at night, but only the 20s, and then in the 30s during the day. So some of the snow might start melting this week, and even more next week, because it might be in the 40s during the daytime next week, and then 30s at night. So 30s and 20s anyway. So that'll be good. Get some of the snow melted. I'm glad I gave him that other bale. That gives her a chance to eat by herself. Yeah. A few more months and I'll be taking her back out. Probably April. Whenever there's no snow. Yeah, April or May. I'll take her back to the big pasture where she came from. And I'll be bringing the other white bull back. But before that, I'm going to be processing him. I have him processed for meat, because I'm not supposed to eat too much meat because of my blood pressure. But I like it. I like the beef. Okay. I ain't got much to do today. I'll probably cut ice sometime today and go out to big pasture and just normal stuff. Okay, for winter. That's about it. Not much else to do except watch the cattle and cut ice. And feed them, of course. Feed them hay once in a while. There you go, girl. Relax. Yeah. I think the clouds are going to be like this all day. Just a little bit of sun shining through. Yeah. It's going to take a while to melt this much snow, but sooner or later it'll disappear. It'll melt eventually. Hello, son. Come on. Melt this snow. I'm ready for spring. Cat's on the hunt again. There she goes. Look at her hunt. I thought about doing something. I got some ground corn. I thought about helping her catch birds, but put some feed out here somewhere. There she goes. Let's see how fast she is. Nope. That's a miss. The other day, I was at the truck down there, and there she comes back. Yeah. And I was watching the birds here, and all of a sudden, I didn't even notice she was there. She was back here somewhere, and she jumped across and caught one right there. Yeah, I still see the feathers somewhere there. Yeah. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put some feed right along his edge here. That way she could just hide behind there and jump over. Put a little bit of ground corn there. Yeah, I might do that today. Give her a little help with her hunting. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll put some over there too. There's a lot of hiding spaces there. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. That's a good place to put a little feed right there, because she could come up from behind and crouch back there and jump on him right there, just like she did yesterday. Yeah, that would be nice to watch. But there, girl, think that helped? Maybe. And I can do one over there too. A little pile, just a little pile here, that little pile there. And maybe one down here. Any place where she can have cover behind the ice. Behind the piles of snow, I mean. I decided to drive over to the farm. I want to check the hayfield. I'm just going to drive around from the road. Hayfield's on the right. Yeah. A lot of wheat, a lot of food there for the birds. Yeah, a lot of wheat seeds. Because I didn't have a second cutting, so there's a lot of seeds there. They can reach on top of the ground. I'll do a drive-by on the way home. First thing I'm going to do is just drive along the roads. And then I'll do something else. The farm is on the right. Oh, brother used up all these bales already. Those are his bales. And those bales there, I think they might have been mine, the one I gave him for his how you call it, help hauling the bales. Yeah, I can't drive. I'm not going to drive out there. He didn't clear the snow. Let's drive to the south first. As I drive to the south, that's all part of the farm straight ahead. Here, both sides of the farm. West side where my mom's parents' house were. I guess that's my brother's car, I guess. I don't know who it is. Oh no, yeah, that's my brother's car. He bought a car. I'll take a look at those later. Yeah. Yeah, it snows everywhere still, of course. Yeah, he's feeding his cattle. Yeah, I'm going to turn in here. Like turn around. I guess he bladed. He's got a tractor with a blade on it, so hope I don't get stuck here. But I got four-wheel drive. I can get out. This is where he feeds his cattle. Yeah, he feeds his cattle here, and they can winter out in the barn. Get out of the snow. He uses the ring method. I don't. I just let him down. Back out. Nobody's coming. Now I'm going to go to the... Right now I'm on the... Let me back up a little bit. Get a better look. I can't drive straight. This is where this farm begins. Well, it used to belong. It is big in here. But on the right side, when they before they created the family farm trust after my mom died. Dad died first, and then my mom. Before they turned it into a family trust, my younger sister, who lives way over there, close to the hayfield. I gotta watch the traffic. Her oldest daughter, which is my niece, bought, I think it was 5 acres here on the left. Yeah, bought 5 acres, and they built a house. Okay, so that's separate from the farm. And on my at the same time, the I don't know who did it, but the farm gave 5 acres to my brother here, since he had a house here already. And plus he got the shed too. Oh, that's okay. That's where he used it for his cattle. So the farm originally would start here. Okay, this is the south side. I'm going to the north side. Okay, I think they're I forgot where it was. Oh, okay, I think the 5 acres for my brother, maybe my I guess for both of them, I think it ends right about here where that post is, where that little black post. That little black post, a short black post. I think that's where my brother's 5 acres ends. Yeah, and over here on this side, that's on the right side. On the left side, I think the 5 acres for my niece, and somewhere on the left side where those 2 poles that looks like a fence gate, or a fence tree. There's 2 posts with an angle. I think that's where it ends there. So the rest of it belongs to the farm. Okay. I guess you could call this a winter tour. Winter tour? Yeah. Okay. The farmhouse is on the left. My brother lives there. My brother who just that's my other little brother's car, the one who has 5 acres by the barn. Anyway, my brother that's 14 months younger than me, he lives in the house, in my parents' house. Okay, now we're headed north. The farm is on the right, just on the right. Okay, the house there is my aunt, and before, I guess when I was in the Navy, I'm not sure when it happened, but that's my aunt, my mom's sister, younger sister, and they must have, my father and mother sold them an acre. Yeah, sold them an acre. Okay. And then I'll explain more on the way back. Okay, now I'm driving east. The farm is still on the right. Yeah, the farm is on the right. It ends up there close to that red shed, or just before that red shed. Yeah. Yeah. If my brother would have had some paths made for my truck, I could drive close to around the woods and stuff. I ain't gonna get my truck stuck for this. Okay. Up here where this black mailbox is, and those posts, see those posts farther in? That's the boundary. That's the boundary. I gotta keep an eye on traffic. I don't want to block anything. Oh, am I gonna turn around? Yeah, well the entrance to the farm on this east side is right there past those mailboxes, but it's not plowed, so I'm gonna turn around into the neighbor's driveway. Okay, now I'm gonna be heading back. That's facing west. But I'm gonna do a drive-by off from the side. Okay, this is the east side of the farm. There's a little road here, it goes all the way down to my brother's. My brother's got property way back there and to the left. Way back there in the distance. He's got 40-some acres back there for his cattle. Okay. I'm not driving through there. Now I can see if I can get out of here. I gotta go to the side to get that truck pass. Okay, I'm gonna do a drive-by. Yeah, I made it. Am I still recording? Yeah. My phone's kind of exposed to the wind, so you might be hearing some wind. I'll stop every now and then. Adjust my camera. Keep going. Keeps wanting to pull back. Okay, let's go. Here's where my brother had clover. Making too much noise. And yeah, the vibrations are shaking my phone. Yeah, I'm looking south right now. Yeah. My brother's 5 acres away on the other side there. This is my aunt's house. She's still alive. I gotta stop and take a photo. I don't want to blur. No, now I'm at the road. Yeah. Now I'm looking east. There's my brother's hay against at the tree line. His hay bales. Now, most of the farm is rented by a neighbor. Share the clover or something? I'm not sure how that works out. Yeah, that's the road going back to the where we used to cut wood when I was a kid. then like I said, so that's what my brother does. He plants clover and then rent it. The neighbor rents, and we somehow they make a deal with sharing the clover, bales or hay or something. This is the gate. This is the gate where I can go to the pear orchard. Yeah. There's the old Freeze Farm sawmill. What's left of it? It's just some concrete blocks with bolts sticking out of it. That's in the olden days. My grandfather, actually my great grandfather and grandfather, had a sawmill business when they first bought the land. Anyway, and that's all that's left. That's why we leave it there. There's the pear orchard. Sometime this winter, probably after the snow melts, I'm going to go there and cut the tops off. Cut about half of them off the tops because they're getting too tall. And those big oak tree on the left, the orchard there on the left side, there's three oak trees there, a big one and two small ones on either side. I rang them. I rang the bark, so I'm hoping they're going to die. My brother didn't like that. It's to help the pear grow. Now this here is where the old house used to be, just beyond this gate, farther back. Oi! There's a dog. Oh, I got it. My brother. Anyway, like I said, that's where this pond here, back there, my brother had it. He had it emptied, and then dug it out, had it dug out by somebody, and then they put the dam back. They did a pretty good job. There's the dam. This here is my brother's. Oh, he's got one of those protein tubs too. Right here is where the old barn used to be. An old barn. Anyway, that's where the old barn was. This is story 8, not lost. Still thinking those were my gates, but I just left them. There he goes. He's walking back to his house. Okay, there's his cattle. I've seen this before. Somebody's coming. Pull over just in time. Any more? I don't see nobody. Okay, this is the southern boundary. Yeah. There's no cattle in here, but the fence is still up. They used to have cattle. They haven't taken the fence down yet, so I don't know why. They give it up, unless they're planning to put cattle in here sometime. Anyway, let's keep driving. I'm going to be heading to the hayfield now. This is my niece's ground now. Goes all the way out to those pine trees, maybe a little farther. There's their solar panels, and there's the house. They got a dog too. Yeah, I think their boundary is right about here somewhere. Somewhere in here. Yeah. The rest of this is the farm. Here's my sister's house. The younger sister way over there. The White House. I guess this is the only what's left of the garden. My sister does a little bit, maybe my brother too, I'm not sure. But this is my parents' house. Still watching traffic. I'm not sure when that shed was built. That's a machine shed. Brother keeps his tractors in there. And my other brother who lives here, he keeps his car in there. And some other stuff. There's my sister's house way back there. And this was a hog shed. When my dad first built it, I remember him building it. But after he built it, I thought we were going to use it for hogs. And as soon as he built the shed, he built that monstrosity on the right left side there out of cinder blocks. And my idea, my plan was, since I was helping them raise hogs, we were going to use, just like the neighbors, the south side there was all open, had open area where it's going to we could put windows in it or something. But we were going to I was going to be able to drive along there with the manure spreader and clean out the hog pens until he put that thing there, and I couldn't do it, so I gave up on hogs. That's when I stopped raising hogs with them. Yeah. I was would still have to shovel the manure out, but you'd have to use a wheelbarrow to do it, and I didn't want to do that, so I gave up on them. Okay, and that's the story with that. These trees here are pecans. I think my older brother, who's passed away already, planted those. Still no traffic. This is my older brother's house. And now his widow lives there. They got 2 acres here. Okay, I'm ready to turn. And we headed west. Okay. My phone's not getting so cold. Got it plugged in, so that might keep it plugged up. Yeah, there's a hog shed. The reason I stopped is because I take a picture. They're 2 acres. Like I guess somewhere near the side of the barn, that green shed, and then it comes out to about here. It's only 2 acres. It comes out to about here somewhere, and then there's a little gap. Oh, I don't know, about 20 feet maybe. There's a little gap between their 2 acres, or that 2 acres, and then my sister's house has 5 acres, and it comes out to about here somewhere. So there's just a little gap in there, and I figured that's where the road culverts would be. But I don't know if they got a culvert here. I don't know. I forgot where it was. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to wait till the snow melts to figure that out. Anyway, my sister's 5 acres starts here. Yeah. I've got a few clouds. Still wants to pull back. I don't know why it does that. And this was left of my brother's bales that he had wrapped. He's got some more down the line on the other side of my sister's house. Okay. This is my sister's cedar trees and her house. Some traffic. It's Sunday, so they're probably home. Let me get a better view of the house. Yeah, that's better. He's the only one with a tractor and a bucket. Although they might have one, I don't know. I don't know if they got a tractor either. And their 5 acres ends at the hayfield. And it only goes up to where those bales are put up. Those bales end, the white bales. That's about where their 5 acres ends. Out there. Those are my brother's bales. That was I think that was Sudan grass. Yeah, they had a crop of Sudan grass because it was wheat, and then he planted clover in it last year, and this year it was supposed to have been clover, but it didn't grow very good. I guess the seed he didn't get it planted right, or it didn't sprout. I cleaned this area up this summer. It was all full of honeysuckle. At least this green one, this mulcher, was covered with honeysuckle. I pulled them out, and along those bales there, or part way down, I got it all the way down, along those bales there, on this side, that's where I had bales stacked for about 3 or 4 years, just like that. But it was just hay off my field, my grass, and it was one year it was too wet when they baled it, and we ropped it. But I only used a few, and then they got too old, so I gave them to my brother. Like I said, I used a few, but that was just a backup. Anyway, this last year during the summer, I used a disc. Since I had them pulled out anyway, I used a disc to disc up that little strip, and then I used this mulcher. I had to use a ram to pick it up and pull it out. But when it came time to plant grass in that disc ground, over there, where that little strip, what old bales were. I used this mulcher, my truck, without a ram. All I was going to do is roll it, and I did, and it went pretty good. Then I parked them all back in here. I used the ram and the tractor to back them both in. Anyway, that's the story with that. Let's continue. Here's the hayfield. Yeah, that's all. I didn't get a second cutting, and that's why there's so many tall weeds. And all those black things, the dark stuff that is sticking up, most of that is buckhorn. I'm hoping the birds eat all the buckhorn seed. But most of the buckhorn seed fell off. They all dried up since I didn't make a cutting. After the first cutting, about the only thing that was growing, because it was so dry after June, the only thing that was growing, it was hot and dry, because I wasn't getting any rain, was the buckhorn stalks. And the buckhorn, when it goes to seed, it's just a single stalk. Little bitty stalk, about 6 inches long, with a little seed head on the end. Yeah. Right here in the middle. I forgot what month it was, but I planted. I added some liquid fertilizer toward the middle here. I want to see how it's from the center out on both sides. I don't know how many feet, but a little bit. I want to see it. And I tried it again. I tried it last year, or maybe 2024. I did it in 2024, maybe a little bit in 2025. I put liquid fertilizer on all of it, but I couldn't tell if it worked or not because of the drought. Anyway, I tried it again. So if the stuff in the middle is doing better than the others, that'll be why. The tall stuff out there, that light brown stuff, that's switchgrass. Yeah, I tried planting that on the headline here years and years and years ago. Some of it did. Yeah, it's hard to do. Not quite as cold today. Even with the sun behind the clouds. There's the end of my hayfield where that weeds can't be seen. This is the boundary. Now, that's the end of the farm. But the original farm, when my grandfather, or great-grandfather bought it, back in the, I don't know, 1905, something like that. It was just after 1900, I believe. Anyway, they own this part here. When my great-grandfather died, I guess, I'm not sure how it all worked out, but my grandfather's, my father's side, my grandfather's sister and Andy, they lived down the road from my house, about a mile from my house. Her daughter lives here now. But she inherited that. That was her share. I don't know where the boundary is. There used to be a in here. Right about, see the edge of that clump of big trees? little clump right on the left side of those trees is the boundary. So I'd say it's right about here somewhere. Because I remember going down this road, this lane there. They had a lane with a line of trees. Used to be a line of trees all the way down through here, all the way down. And they used to have a line of trees there. I used to walk through here because there was a lot of shade. Yeah, we used to play through here. Anyway, Aunt Annie inherited it and she owned it, and her son farmed it, and they lived south of the farm, about a mile, and so he farmed it for a long time. And then when my aunt's son, no, not my aunt's son, my aunt's daughter, yeah, her daughter married a man who, and they lived up down south on the road. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So the daughter inherited it from Aunt Annie, and she had it until she was old, and then she sold it. I wanted to buy it with my brother, but I didn't have any money to buy it together. It just didn't work out. Anyway, my neighbor down the road, down there, he wound up buying it from her. She was still alive when she sold it, and then and now he farms it, and that's the end of that. And I remember after my grandma died, my father's mother, across the road from my parents' house, I used to, because I was only about 7 or 8, 62, I don't know how old I was, 68 I think. Yeah. Anyway, I used to ride my bike all the way down to Aunt Annie's house, and she always fed me good too. She always had something baking, just like my grandma. She always had something, cookies, pie, you name it. She took care of us kids. All right, I'm gonna head home now. Wait, I just thought of something. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go somewhere. I want to check something. I almost forgot about this. There's a spring down there, over to the right. Yeah, to the right there. There's a spring in there somewhere. I checked it out during the summertime, during the drought, and it always had water in it during the drought. So I want to see what it looks like in the wintertime. I'm not going to drive out there. I'm going to park by the house, and then I'm going to walk out. I'm not going to walk this way. I'm going to walk a different way. Yeah. I think it's a little shorter the other way, because it's straight across from the house. I'm just going to drive in and park. Brother didn't do a very good job of cleaning this, and he's got a bucket. Doesn't look like he used the blade. He used the bucket. I'm gonna back onto that concrete there. That's what I'm going to do. There's a pond my brother had dug out. My niece had it. They dug out they did the pond by my niece's house too. Yeah, I gotta use four-wheel drive again. Okay. I'm gonna go on this side. I just leave my truck here. My other brother wants to get his car out. I think I gave him room. I'm gonna walk all the way across there, if I can. I think I can. Yeah. I don't have my portable charger or battery pack with me today because I wasn't planning on doing this. And then I forgot to bring it. But the phone should be charged up because I had it plugged in while I was doing the farm tour. All right, let's go walk out there, see what I find in that spring. Got 100% on my phone, so this should last. And it's not that cold yet. It's not that cold right now. Of course, I've been in a warm truck, so that's probably why I don't feel cold yet. Well, to get out to where I wanted to go out there, I'm gonna go through that gate over that way, walk across down there along that fence. There should be a gate there, and then I'll go out. I'll go out that way. Yeah. Okay, and then I'll go find it. Sun's trying to come out a little stronger right now, so that feels good. It's wind's from the south, which means it's a little warmer. Yeah, that's probably why these clouds are here, and that's why it's going to be warmer the rest of the week. Yeah, feels good. The change in the wind, the wind's from the south right now. Southeast. Yeah. It's supposed to warm up, but it's still cold. Yeah, still cold. Okay. This is the way I'm going. I'm gonna walk all the way out there. Yeah. I'll walk through here, go around the. I guess I can go down there because he's got a fence there. The pond ends over there by that fence there. So I'm gonna walk along there. There should be a way to go out across the fence through a gate, and then I'll walk all the way over there, and I think the spring is somewhere in there. Yeah, right about there, down the hill, just on the edge of the woods. That's where I came from. Niece's house. Normally I can't see my brother's house because of the tree leaves in the summer, but I can see it now. It's brown. And there's the pear orchard. I'm going to go walk down that way through a gate and go on this side of the fence and go out and walk around the fence and go out over there. First, I want to check the pears. Oh, this is the pear orchard. Sometime after this winter, or before spring anyway, hopefully after the snow melts, I'm going to cut them pears off about halfway. Yeah. Those 3 oak trees there, I wrung them this summer because I want them to die. They're sucking all the juice out of the pears to be independent. I'm headed around the fence, across the fence, and around there to there. So let's go. Now I'm getting cold. Gate, through the gate. Keep going. Another gate up there. That should be the last gate. Gate. I'm through this gate. And headed that, go down along there, go around the corner down there, and then go down the hill over there. That's where I'm headed, over that way. Sun's, I can see the sun shining through the clouds, but it's not giving me much warmth. North, northwest, west, southwest, south, wind still blowing, a little chilly, southeast, east, and there's the corner I gotta go around. Gotta go over that way. It looks like the snow's deep there. Maybe. I'll get through. I gotta go across there and down the hill. So it ain't much help. It's from the south, but it's cold still. Going across all that snow. I came from there. Snow's deep around this. Yeah. The snow there was up to the top of my boot. I want to go down there first, see if there's any. The spring is over that way, but I want to see if there's any water flowing in there. It's a slow spring, so it probably won't be flowing. I was going to walk along here, but I think the snow is deep over there. At least it looks like it is. So I'm going to take a shortcut through the woods. Well, I'm going to go down there first. Check the creek, the stream, and then I'm going to walk up that way. Yeah. I walk down from up there where the corner post is. Tree broke off up there. Big tree branch. And I was down here in summertime checking out this creek. This area is all wet with water, even during the drought. But I couldn't see nothing because the trees were full of leaves. But now it's clear. That's looking south. The stream is down here. Goes down. I don't see any water exposed. But the stream goes all the way up there. I think the spring starts somewhere over by those cedar trees, if I remember right. Let's go take a look. South. Here's the first sign. Right down through there, it looks like there's some slushy. It might be some water. And here's a good sign too. There's a crack, which means there must be some slush underneath there. But I'm not going down there. I want to go to the source of the spring. Is over there somewhere by them fallen trees. Other side. Look how those two trees are twisting around each other a little bit. I can't walk down to the creek anyway. I think there's water under there, slushy water. And I see a bunch of deer tracks here, that's why I came down. I saw some deer tracks through here. And I think they might have been drinking right through that hole. That's just a guess. But I'm going to walk down there and see if it's wet. I'm going to check that out too. We'll see. Somebody's shooting down there. Yeah, I brought my ice cutter. Not so much for cutting ice, but more of a walking stick. Yeah, but there's the hole that I think they walk in. I'm going to walk down through here. I want to see what I can find with my boots. I think I see water down there. think. A little bit of ice. This water. Sure the deer were drinking here. There's a twisted tree. Kind of looks like an elm. I'm not going to bother this. But I can see water in there, but the deer haven't been here to drink, I don't think. I don't see no tracks, but where I'm standing, where I walk through here, it's mushy underneath. Soft. I don't know if it's a smart thing to do, but I'm going to try to walk up the stream bed and see if I can get to the source of the water. It's not as windy down here. That's where I came from. Because I break my cutter, ice cutter. I used it to cut some limbs off over there. Came in handy. Sun's getting a little brighter, but at least it's not as windy down here. A lot of deer tracks through this stream looking for deer, looking for water. And they probably found some. That's where I came from. I could see little footprints from the deer that was wet underneath, but no standing water, at least not deep water. I'm not sure, but I think the deer have been eating the dirt here. So that's what it looks like. Oh boy, I can't get through that. I'm not sure, but I think the spring starts here somewhere. Maybe I can break those. I'll see. I saw a stone or something up in there. Oh, I tested it to see what it was. And it was just stone. So I'm going to keep it as a souvenir, as a reminder of my trek down here in the winter time. Okay, let's go see if I can see the deer came down that way. It's not easy to crawl out here, so I'm going to see if I can break those as I walk by them. Oh, I'll see if I can get through these. I don't know if they're rotten, but at least they're roots, so I think I can cut them. I'm glad I brought that tool. Getting a little brighter. Before I started cutting, I noticed some rocks over here. So I had dug them out a little bit with my digger, with my ice cutter, and that one broke. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. It's like it's rust. I'm gonna take that one with me. Well, I had to take a break and relieve myself. There's my yellow snow. Look at that. That footprint there is in some water. That one not. So there's a wet spot down through here. Now I can start cutting these. I got all. Those are all roots that I cut. That's a fallen tree there. I think I can just pick it up and throw it out. It's pretty rotten. And then I think the spring is just around the corner over there, in there, because there's a big drop off. And I just remember seeing when I was out here in the summertime. There was a drop off and this water was in the bottom, but no water. Of course, it was like a drought this summer when I came out here. So, no water upstream, but from here downstream there was water. That's a walnut. That's how I can tell where the spring starts. Also this dead tree. Had a bunch of vines on it this summer. It was dead, but there are a lot of vines. And that broken tree there too. That's how I know where. That's where the high, up there was dry. So the spring is right about here. And I did find some water. Right here. I broke through with my foot. And then I cleaned it out with that blade. Yeah. But it stinks. It smells like a sewer. Yeah, it stinks. But I guess the deer, looks like the water's cleaner over here though. It's soft where I'm standing right now. But it's only soft mud. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting through this. I think the spring might be either down here or up there, but not up there. It's right in this area somewhere. Let me look for it. I cleaned all the stuff out of the way. There's the water that I did find. I could stand there. I didn't sink in. Maybe a little bit. I'm going to dig down and see if there's any water underneath the snow. Well, I did find some water at the very bottom. Bunch of leaves. I think that dead leaves is what's making it stink. There's some ice in here. I want to break that ice loose. One of the reasons I'm doing that, in case the deer come down here, they can have a nice drink. Let's see, I'll just dig that ice out of there. Well, I cleaned out what I could. A bunch of leaves. I think there's some. I'm walking on ice here, but there's a deep hole there, deep hole here. There I had some mud. It's shallow there, so somehow I think the water's going around. But I don't want to dig anymore. If the deer wants to drink here, that's up to them. It's kind of foul tasting, but I guess the deer don't mind. I did find a rock. I was digging around in there, getting the leaves out, and I found a rock. But I didn't want to touch it because it stinks. So I'm just going to put it up on the pond, on the creek bank, up high. I'll collect it in the summertime as a souvenir of my winter, spring excursion. Oh, there's a stone I got out of the stream, out of the spring area. I'll take a look at it this summer after the rains, clean it off a little bit. And there's the sun. Still not shining very strong, but there's hardly any wind down here at all, so I'm not cold. I'm cold, but I'm not that cold. As I didn't wear too many clothes today. Alright, that's all. That's all I could find. There's water all the way down this stream, but it's soft. It's mostly in the mud. Nothing flowing so much. It's just getting soil wet and the bottom of the stream. But up there, it's dry up there, I'm sure. It was this summer. Okay, I'm going back to the truck. Yeah, all the way through this bottom here, closer to the spring, even farther down. The bottom of the stream is soft. I think that's where the deer had been drinking. If that water settles, it might be cattle. There's no cattle here. At least they're up. They can come be here, but they're not going to. Not if they got feed up at my brother's barn. Okay. The water that I cut out was right there. So most of that mud will settle. The rest of this stream, the bottom is soft. So if a deer stuck his foot in it, or its foot, it might get some water further down. Anyway, that's all I got to do today. Oh, I got to cut ice at my house and at the big pasture. I forgot about that. I better get going. It's almost 3 p.m. so ready to get going. Springs up in there and around the corner. But I couldn't get out that way because the banks are too steep, so I'm walking back until I find a way out. I think I came down over there somewhere. But I'm not going to go back the way I came. That's too long of a walk and too many gates. So I'm going to go back to the truck a different way. Yeah, I came down right there because that's where that crack in the snow is. But I'm not going back that way. I'm going this way. I'm going to go back this way up here. Yeah, that's all too steep to climb out. I can climb out of here. The deer did it. And then I'm going walk up. There's a little road up in the woods. I went through there this summer with the truck. So I can follow that out there and over to the road that goes out the road. There's only one gate down there. I can go out there and take the road that goes back to the other road along the edge of the field. That's where I came in from, over that way. Then I came down there. Who's honking? You honking for me? And spring is up that way, around the corner, underneath that fallen tree there. I'm going back that way. Go up the hill and out. I'm going up the hill and out. I think somebody's honking. You want to know where I'm at? I guess. Springs downhill. Farmhouse is that way. That way is my niece's house. Why are they honking? They're honking a lot. Anyway, that branch goes out that way. That goes up to where the road goes across, out to the main road out that way. And I'm headed up there to get out and go through the gate over there by the woods. The stream goes downhill that way. Why are they honking? I'm going up there. I'll end up over that way somewhere, where the gate is. Okay, let's go. PM. And there's the farmhouse back that way. There's my sister-in-law's house. There, that's where the T road is. Somebody was hawking. Niece's house is over there, and my brother's house too. There's a green shed. It's hard to see through the trees, but there's a green shed. Then my brother's house would be over here. I'll come up this way. Here's the road that I'm on. It goes down, turns, and then turns again, goes down. Actually, it comes out over there at the corner of the property on the southeast corner. You can see that big branch there. Yeah. I always wanted to put a lake there. I wanted to dam this up too. On this side of the how you call it, this side of the springs down there. So I wanted to make a dam up here, dam that up, and then have another big dam at the very end of the property. So all this fill up and it'll be spring fed. The spring will keep it full. That was my plan a long time ago. Yeah, no money for that right now. I don't think it ever happened. And the farm don't want to, the relatives don't want to do it either. Anyway, I'm going out that way. Go back to the truck. Okay, I'm going out and going over that way. I got a Navy in 75. And I thought about building a log cabin out here, right about there. And that's when I was thinking about, if I had a cabin here, I could have a branch, a pond down that branch, and a pond down from here to there, push all those trees out. And on this side of the spring, put a dam for this one. And on the way end of that branch, going all the way down to the boundary, I'd put a bigger dam and let it fill up all the way up to this dam, and it would be spring fed, or almost all the way up. I don't know if I'd leave the spring open. I probably would, because you can always drive across this dam. Yeah, we'll see. But it's not. It never happened. Never happened. There's a farmstead over there. There's my niece's house over there. And my sister's house is way beyond there. But I'm headed that way, to that gate. That's the only gate I gotta open and close. And I think I'm gonna walk. I'll just go straight across. I was gonna walk along the tree line, but snow might be deep there. Okay, let's go. That's hard work. Trudging through deep snow. Makes my feet colder too. The reason I came to this gate, because here I only have one gate to open, and it looks like I knew there was some tire tracks coming down here, so I figured I could make it easier walking. And I came through there. Walked this way. And I should get a wider view of the farmsteads. Their farmstead. There's my parents' house, the machine shed there, Gap, a hog shed over there, and my sister-in-law's house, or my brother's house that passed away, niece's house, the green shed, and I can't see my brother's house somewhere back there. Okay, now I can walk back to the road and then over to where my truck is. My truck's right there in front of the green shed. For some reason my brother took his tractor out here. I don't know what for, but he did. But there's some of his hay. There's my aunt's house over there, my mom's sister. She's still alive. Okay, plus I found that there was 3 gates I came through there. One by the road, one over by the pond, and one over on top of that hill. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3. Yeah, three gates there. I thought I only have one gate here, but wound up my brother left his gate open for some reason. Not sure why, but he did. So makes it easier for me. Okay, let's go to the truck. Deep ruts in the snow. I guess there's a line of blue along the horizon, and I don't think it's the sky. I think it's maybe snow coming. Maybe 3 p.m. Winds from the south. It's still cold without the sun. I don't see the sun anymore. I see that blue line there above the trees, but it's not the sky. Hey, there's no sun. This time of day, the sun should be over there somewhere, or over here, but I don't see it. Too many clouds. There's the rest of the farm from looking north. I made it to the road, almost. I didn't do a very good job cleaning this out, but I can walk back my truck now. Then I'm going to go that way. Go home. Truck's right there, somewhere. Yeah, easy walk down. Truck's over there. Then I'm going to go home. That way. Sister's house way back there. Pecan trees. Older brother planted it. He's gone now. I'm almost to my truck. I forgot the name of this tree. I'm not sure who planted it, but it sure is a pain. I don't have to worry about it because I don't have to cut the grass. But these things here, I used to have one of these things where I went to grade school, a Catholic school in town. These things are hard and sharp. When we were kids, we used to throw them at each other. Anyway, I think there's another one over there. I still got some on it. I think my brother planted these. Why, I don't know. He planted a cypress too, but that's okay. Anyway, these things are hard, especially when they mow grass. When I was a kid, that was my the garage was my bedroom, and when I came back from the Navy, I had to share it with two brothers. Yeah, two younger brothers. The other two brothers were in a room inside the house. This was the garage. It was always a bedroom for us boys, 3 boys. And when I came back from the Navy, it was my bedroom by myself. And I'm the one who, now I think I hired somebody to build the chimney because I got a wood stove. Yeah. It was before that wood stove, when we were kids, there was no heat and it was frozen all the time. Had to use a lot of blankets in our bunk beds. Looks like my brother who lives here now, in the house part, not here. Looks like he cleared a path for himself to go to the shed. He parks his car in the shed. Yeah, there's that one there. They had that one drained at the same time they had that one drained, and my brother had that one dug out and dam put back first, and then they followed the year after. Yeah. That one was a little bit more problem because there's a drain pipe going from the drain, from the house drains, go there for that post there, and it goes under the pond. My dad did that. I don't know why he did that. It goes under the pond, comes out on the other side of the dam. So they had to put that in first. Put new pipe in, new pipe. Anyway, looks like it's working. Here's one of them balls. I don't know what the name of the tree is. I knew it before, but I forgot now. But you see how sharp it is. They hurt when they get thrown at you. Well, it's about 3:40 p.m. That truck was still warm. I don't know how long I was out there, but I was out there for quite a while. Let's go home. At least I had the driveway cleaned. I can see the pears. Yeah, I'll be trimming them this late winter or before they start to bud, because I gotta have them cut before that. Cut the tops off. Let's go home. My feet are cold. I forgot to put the seatbelt on. Forgot to put my seatbelt on. Yeah, I'm glad I came over here. I wasn't planning on going to the spring, but I just thought of it after I got done doing the hayfield thing. I drive by the hayfield. I said, "Oh, let's look at that spring in the winter time." I looked at it in the come on. better. Homeward bound, I'm homeward bound. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping some of the snow will melt this week, this coming week. Today's Sunday, and it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. I think it might be above freezing tomorrow. Forecast anyway. I don't know if that's true, but if it's going to end up that way with all the snow. Everything stays colder. But I think some of it will melt. If it's just above freezing, it'll melt a little bit. And if the sun comes out, it'll melt even more. Oh, I see a deer, I think. Hard to see him. Right at that point of what trees there. Right at that point of a tree, right on the ground, is that deer. Yeah. He's still there. He must be eating something. Yeah, it must be hard for the deer this time of year with all this snow. But I read somewhere that deer eat a lot of the tips of the trees, you know, the tips, and they eat bark too. And if they're smart, they'll find some. They'll go around the hay bales where I feed them, and other farmers, and eat some of that hay. I would if I was them. Unless the cattle chase them away. Yeah. Can't be easy for them this time of year. Or any time it snows. Covers up all their food. But I'm sure they use their feet to dig it out if they smell it. Trying to see if they cleaned that road, but I can't tell. Yeah, I guess they did. Everything's so white, it's hard to see. I was surprised the truck was still warm when I came back from my excursion. I guess you call it a hike. Or my hike through the snow, through the woods. I remember when I was young, oh, like I said, before my grandma died, us kids used to walk from the house, my parents' house where we lived, across the road to my grandma's house, my father's mother, because my grandfather, his father, died in '53, and I was born in '54, so I never did know him. So, but I knew her. Yeah, I liked her. I think she was a bigger influence on me than my parents, because I was always over there whenever I could, until she passed away in '62, and I was 54. I was probably 7 or 8. I don't know when she passed away. I don't know if it was cold or not. I don't remember that. I looked on her gravestone once, and I just forgot. But anyway, I know it was about 7 or 8, and I remember that day though, because that's the day they wouldn't let me go across the road. somebody stopped me from going across to visit Grandma. They didn't tell me what happened. They just said I couldn't go. I think I found out later, but in the beginning they didn't let me go. Yeah, I remember her really good. Even though I was young, I still remember her. I hate to admit it, but she was my favorite grandma. Because my mother's mother was kind of too strict. She was strict about everything. Yeah. But she loved the St. Louis Cardinals, though. Well, I'm back. Well, since I'm already in the truck and I got my cutter with me, ice cutter, I better go out to the big pasture and cut them first. Yeah. I guess the cattle here are up by the 2 bales. I'm just going to hold my phone for the drive-by. Oh, there they are. They're up on top here for some reason. I don't know why they're up here. All of them. They're all up here, something. There's a cat. The neighbor's cat across the area there. Must have eaten my cat food again. Okay. Yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock. I still got an hour before the sun goes down. Hey, they found the bale! How about that? See, way over there to the left? They found the bale down there. Well, that's good. Now, maybe I won't have to cut the ice there if they found the creek. How about that? Oh, I see the little calf. I see the little calf running. Well, good for me. Hopefully they found the creek and I won't have to cut the ice. Yeah, that'd be nice. Because I think there's water flowing in the stream. And if it starts melting tomorrow a little bit, it'll be even better. Yeah, there they are. I see them. Yeah, they must have came down the road. That's my guess. Oh, I still got 4-wheel drive. I drove all the way. When did I put it in 4-wheel drive? I've had it in 4-wheel drive all this time. How about that? Maybe I should have left it in 4-wheel drive. I'm spinning out. As I was driving up here, I saw that cow. Well, there's a red one. I saw the red cow walk up the hill, and then as I got to the bridge, I saw that brown one walking up the hill too. So I think they're down there drinking something. But I'll take a closer look when I'm up there. Hey, with the snow, you can see my fence going up the hill. That part's not on, the one going up the hill, but it's on. Well, no, none of this fence down here in the bottom here, on this road area is on. But I don't think the cattle will get out. Yeah, I gotta let my phone charge up. It's pretty low. I better charge it. I better stay here and charge it up before I go to the creek. I'll put full drive to get a wider angle. They capture all the cattle. Yeah, that's good. I'll just let it run. One's going back up, but he's going up the other way, so that's good. Once I know, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this gate. I'm going to close this gate because one's going up on the outside, and so is that calf. And the mama cow might go up too. This one's going up the road, so I'll have to chase her out. But I'll do that later. Right now, I'm going to. Wait! I ran into the fence. I don't think I hurt nothing. Yeah, I'm going to close this gate. Because I don't want them going through here no more. Since they found the bale and they're already going through the underneath the oiler, and they go up that way, I'm going to, and they know that I know the creek, and I'm pretty sure they know the creek's got water in it, because I saw some of them down there. So I'm going to close this gate. Then I'll close the gate on top of the road too. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I was managed to close the gate, but I couldn't get that metal post out. I didn't drive it in very far, but it's frozen. So I'll just leave it. It might scratch on it, bend it, but I don't think they'll get hurt on it. Normally I use a T-post in the summertime when I want to let them in here to eat grass, but ground's too frozen for that. Anyway, I see 1, 2, 3 here, and one of them just went back up the hill. So I'm gonna go up there and close that gate and count them, make sure I got them all. Is it? No, that's only 3 there. I saw a white one there, but that's the snow on top of the bale. Okay, I see 3. There's a red cow. The red cow's on the other side. I'm gonna leave it in 4-wheel drive. Oh, maybe not. I can turn around with that. Okay, let's go. There's 3 on there. I need 10 up here. Or I need 7 up here to make 10. And then once that cow gets out of the gate there, I'll close it. I don't think anybody's up in the cedars. I don't think they got that far. Although I know I do see footprints up there. Yeah, they were up there. How they got up, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I knew it. They knocked that bale down into that little ditch there, but not very far. phone will be charged up more. And she's got a belly on her. Like I said, she had her calf last year in April 25, so I don't expect her to have a calf until at least beginning of March or after. Beginning of March, or about the middle of March. Okay, I gotta go up. Need four-wheel drive again. I should have left it in. I don't see anywhere where they crossed here, but I thought I saw some tracks up in the cedars. But it doesn't matter. They got hay now. Ground must be a little slick. Come on. You're gonna have to get out of my way. Silly me. I was going to close the gate. Then I remembered, wait a minute. I didn't get very, I just opened the door. Then I gotta go out the gate yet. So I'm gonna pull up here, turn around, come back down, then close the gate. Hey, little guy, little bully. Oh, that's the mama cow with her 5th calf, the white one, big white one, bull. So that's her first bull. And now this is her 7th calf. So that's her 2nd bull. White one and a red one. Now the white one has a pink nose. Doesn't have the black pigment. But I'm glad the brown one, red one does. I like that. I like the black. That's why I started using those Italian whites, because they got a black skin, and they're better at repelling flies in summer. Let's do it this way. I got 4-wheel drive, so I can get up here. I don't have to cut ice. Hey, it'd be me. As the weather warms up this week a little bit above freezing, they'll probably still be able to drink out of the pond. Okay. They gotta close the gate before somebody goes through it. Where'd the little one go? He was just here. Where'd he go? Where's the little bull? He must be behind the white bull. I don't see him anywhere. I don't think he went down the... Oh, he went down the hill. He went down the hill. He's with his other relatives. I better get down there before they decide to go through the gate. Come on, get out of the way. I'm the ones in the way here. Oh, bully came back up. Good for you. So they know how to go up and down the hill, so I can close the gate now. And now they know where there's water in the creek, so maybe that'll help me, so I don't have to cut ice anymore. Time to close the gate. You liking that hay? Hey, little guy. You eating hay too? Huh? Yeah, I'm still gonna sell her one of these days. Probably next fall. I guess the white cow's down with the bale down there with the bale. Red cow's down there too. Oh, I was going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? That makes 11. I think there's 2 down there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How did I get 11? I thought there was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there should be 2 more. I guess I got 11. I thought I had 10. Okay. All right. Better close the gate. Yeah, you're eating hay already. You were born. You're only a little bit more than 2 weeks old. January 15th, you were born. Hey, bully. Wrong side. There's a big hole here because somebody broke that wire and I just didn't want to put another insulator on. I'm going battery again. Okay. Here comes the other 2. But at least you know how to go up and down. And you know there's a bale there and you get water out of the creek, so I'm not going to worry about cutting your ice for you today. And the rest of them out there, little one laid down. Hey, Whitey. Red. One, don't mind me. Yeah, see how she got black muzzle. Okay. They can go down the hill now and get one. Okay. They're all accounted for. And the gate's closed too. Okay. Ooh, let's go down the hill. The forecast showed snow flurries. Possibility of a snow flurry today, but I didn't see no snow. I didn't see none. I still got 4-wheel drive, but that's okay. Hey there. Yeah, they started on that bale, so that now they know that's out down here. They'll come back. They'll come back. That's weird. I guess my fingers are too dry from the cold. I couldn't turn the recording off. But I had to turn the phone off to turn the video part off. Anyway, I'm back. I gotta stop down here. Oh, that's right, I wasn't. I want to see if there's. Well, it's 6 p.m. and I ended the video. Well, but anyway, my phone ran out of memory out in the big pasture as I got down to the creek, and I never got a chance to. But I saw the creek though. It had water in it, so they can drink down there. Yeah, so that's okay. I never got a chance to cut the ice here though, so hopefully that they got some water somewhere, or eat snow. I'll cut it early tomorrow morning. because it's too dark right now. I could go out with a flashlight, but I don't feel like it. I might go out later. I don't know. Anyway, maybe. Probably not, though. Okay. Yeah, she's got food and water. And a nice warm place to sleep in there. Kitty, meow, meow, meow. Don't jump on me. Meow. You're not really photogenic, are you? Well, this weather radar from 6:45 p.m. shows a little bit of snow over my area. Whether I'm going to get any snow, I don't know, but it said snow flurries on the forecast for tonight. Only a low of 21 though, so it's not going to get that cold. So it might snow. I know the wind was from the south all day today, which kept it warmer, kept it in the 20s anyway. So we might get some snow. But it won't be much, just a little bit there. I'll find out tomorrow morning. That's all for today.